I'm on day 941 of NoFap. I've never read the easy peasy method or followed impractical advice from YouTubers.
Instead of doing this, take a cold shower, hit the gym.
If that advice just seemed hard to you, I think this video will help you out, because I actually wish I had this video a few years ago when I was jerking off at 1 a.m. every day. So what did we do to quit fapping and watching porn? There's 3 things: the motivation equation, accountability, and the method. Well, how do I know it works? Well, it worked for me and it worked for Benit, and some random teenager came into my DMs at one day asking for advice, and I ended up telling him the method. And he relapsed like 5-10 times, but then he ended up getting the longest streak he's ever had.
And he used the motivation equation, so let's start with that.
Imagine I busted in your house and threatened you to run. How long would you be able to run? Probably like 20 to 30 minutes, right? Well, what if I told you you can use the motivation equation to be able to run for 4 to 5 hours without quitting? You can also use this to spike your motivation to quit porn for a really long time. Let's say I told you to run a marathon. Now you'd probably think that's super painful simply because it's like 4 hours of running and nobody wants to do that. You won't be motivated at all to run, but you can hack your brain to finish it. So instead of thinking the finish line is 26 miles away, just think to yourself, okay, I just gotta make it to that tree right there and then I'm good. So during the marathon, you have these little endpoints, and every time you reach them, you spike your motivation. And this is delay, which is how long it takes for you to get to a goal. With porn, it'll probably take you 40 seconds to get to the goal of the websites. And with more delay, you have less motivation. So how do you use this for porn? The more delay, or the more time you add between you and being able to fap, the less motivation you will have to actually access porn. So if your goal is to reach 90 days of NoFap, you're not going to be motivated at all because it takes so much time to achieve that goal. But if your goal is to just NoFap for 3 days, you can probably hit that and you feel much more motivated to do that. But this is really important. Once you reach day 3, you have to relapse on purpose. And this is contrary to anything you've ever heard. What you do is you relapse on purpose so that the next time you can go to day 7. Because now you believe you can already get to day 3. Try that again for 10 days and then 15, and keep on doing it until you reach day 90. Now this seems simple enough, but there's a specific way I use this, which I'll explain when I talk about
the method.
So on top of the motivation equation, you can use accountability to help you push past day 90 and reach day 1000. So now let's say you and your friend Jack are in a Mr. Beast challenge with 100 people and he says, last to jerk off wins $1 million. Now you can't jack off. Your grandma's watching and you just can't lose. It's only been 2 hours and you're already down to the last 2 people. And it's you and your enemy Jack. You both want to win the million, but only one man can come out alive. What you do is call your friend Tyler and tell him you're in the top 2 for a Mr. Beast challenge. Tyler says to you, wait, yo, I've been fapping once or twice a day and I want to quit with you, and these dudes PG and Benit on YouTube said that we should have a partner so we can send them a video of us fapping. Oh wait, no, that's not what they said. They said before we fap, we have to send a video to each other doing 20 push-ups, and I'll do the same to you. You say, why should we do that? He says, you'll see. You say, okay, bet, I'll do that strategy. The last dude left in the Mr. Beast challenge is some dude named Jack, where he's gonna fill his day with productive things so that he forgets to fap. But let's be real, he'll probably still fap when the night comes around. So then a few hours pass by and nighttime approaches. The $1 million are still at stake. Jack was productive the entire day, and he goes to bed and tries falling asleep. You do the same, but you have this deep urge to fap. You feel like you're about to do it and lose the challenge, but then you remember your accountability strategy. You get on the floor and send a video of you doing 20 push-ups to Tyler, and he convinces you that it's just a few minutes of pleasure and you're gonna regret fapping after you're done. You feel so embarrassed that you had to admit that you're about to fap. Then you look over and see Jack in the bed, and he habitually faps because he didn't have a good strategy, and you end up winning the $1 million because you had your friend Tyler to be accountable. This is exactly what happened to me, because at one point PJ called me, he's like, yo, have you quit? I'm like, yeah bro, yeah, I quit. I hadn't quit. The thing was though, I had to quit right at that moment because I had a strong enough reason to. I couldn't just go on there and have the guilt of saying, oh yeah, I quit, when I didn't really, because then I'm just lying. You just need a friend to tell, which sets up stakes automatically.
If you combine the 2 things we just talked about, that's what actually got me to quit in less than 2 months when I thought it would take years. So finally, I'll reveal the method. Alright, here's the story. It all started with my Xbox friend. We used to play Xbox from like literally 8 p.m. till 2 p.m. This was during quarantine. And then after, I would just, watch porn every day. I'm not gonna lie. So one day, I saw this video about like all these benefits of quitting porn. NoFap will change your life. You'll become a Greek demon. The girls can smell the retention on you. And then so I just quit for 1 day. And then the next day, I ended up relapsing. Those type of videos never gave me the motivation or a method to use to actually quit. So I said to myself, okay, why don't I just try for 3 3 days because there's no way I can get to day 90 if I can't even get to like day 2 or 3. So I allowed myself to relapse after reaching day 3 because I felt like it was a reward for me. I earned that relapse. And then I tried to aim for day 7 because I already made it to day 3. So I wanted a bigger challenge. So I relapsed a few times before actually reaching it to day 7. But then I eventually got to day 7 and then I relapsed on day 8 because that was the cycle. I felt like that was my reward. And that's how you can use the delay thing in the motivation equation. So okay, but here's actually the tough part. How do you build that all the way up to day 90? That's actually where you have to use accountability very precisely, and I'll show you how I did it. So my Xbox friend, he knew I was doing NoFap, and then one day he was trying to get me to go for a 90-day streak. I didn't think I could do it, but then he's like, yo PJ, man, just wait until the end of the year, you'll probably hit the ceiling. You know, the end of the year was in 3 months, so that's 90 days. There's something about the way he said it, and I knew that he was saying it as if obviously I couldn't make it. I knew he was doubting me. The fact that he didn't think I could last to day 90, I just wanted to prove him wrong. He actually held me accountable without even realizing it, because I genuinely was going to relapse on day 91 because I just wanted to make it to day 90 to prove him wrong. And I thought day 91 was about to be the fattest nut ever. I am so sorry, Grandma. I know you're watching this. I am so sorry. So in my mind, I had to prove him wrong and get to day 91 so that I could fap on day 91. So at this point, I had already made it to day 7 and relapsed on day 8, you know. And then this time, I was trying to make it to day 14. On day 14 was really when my friend told me that he didn't think I could make it to day 90. So I was planning on relapsing on day 15, but because he told me that I couldn't make it, I just decided, you know, F it. I don't want to start back over. I'm just gonna go for it and go for day 90. Day 90 eventually comes around. So my friend says on day 90, damn, you better have the fattest night of your life tonight. And I was like, this dude, man, he didn't think I could do it. I'm not gonna let him win. I didn't want to have to start over. So on day 91, when I was supposed to relapse, that's when I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me just not relapse. I literally made that decision on day 91. So that's how I can use accountability and the motivation to just quit porn. Okay, but here's the biggest part. What I want you to do right now for the next 3 days, do not fap, do not watch porn. Immediately try out the method I just showed you, or you probably just will never try it. But if you can feel like you can successfully do this, you're gonna have extra time. And so what I want you to do is within 4 to 6 months, take that time to just go hard on self-improvement. If you're serious about it, go hard on self-improvement and watch this video if you want to know how we did it.